Peace. This is your boy Jay every day, and this post is going to be about Simp, side dude, and a lack of mental aptitude when it comes to men in relationships. It's been all over the news. It blew up a few months ago, and I'll tell you why about that in a second. But I want to talk about Matt Barnes, who's an NBA player, Derek Fisher, who's an NBA player, and Matt Barnes' ex-wife, who he has 2 kids by, Gloria Govan. What I won't do on this post is I'm not going to really talk about Gloria Govan because, number one, I think a lot of times that's number one, that's somebody's mother. Number 2, that's somebody's ex-wife. Number 3, it's somebody's about to be wife. And 4, this is just in regards to men and this whole side dude and Mr. Steal Your Girl discussion. First, let me start off by giving a little bit of background about Matt Barnes and Derek Fisher. Matt Barnes and Derek Fisher both played for the Lakers, and they were teammates for a number of years. The exact number of years they played together, I don't know, but I do know that they were teammates, and I think Matt considered Derek as kind of like the OG, the point guard, the veteran who's been here for a while, so he's cool. I consider him a friend and probably even a mentor a little bit with regards to basketball. Now, Matt Barnes had a very volatile relationship with his ex-wife, Gloria Govan. Now, I'm not going to sit here and speak on this man's marriage or the rumors or everything regarding their marriage, because that's not what this post is about. But suffice it to say, him and Gloria Govan were married. They got divorced. They were together, I want to say, at the minimum, at least 10 years. And just like all relationships, you either survive or one party decides to call an end to the relationship. So they got divorced. Of course, there was child support, there was alimony. And Matt Barnes, being a professional athlete, that's a significant amount of money. However, this isn't what that discussion is about. The amount of money he had to pay, the amount of child support, the amount of alimony, nothing of that. Unbeknownst to Matt Barnes, his wife started dating Derek Fisher. Derek Fisher at this time is the coach of the New York Knicks, the head coach, not an assistant coach. He's the head coach of the New York Knicks. He's divorced from his first wife. Again, I'm not going to talk about his wife, I'm not going to talk about his marriage, definitely not going to talk about his divorce. But he starts dating his ex-teammate's ex-wife and the children of his and the children, and the mother of his 2 children, which is Matt Barnes. What makes this situation so fucked up is the NBA community is really, really small. And most guys in the NBA are either out here dating thoughts, or they're married and have side chicks, whatever the case may be. But I think the unwritten rule is you don't mess with somebody else's wife. Or even baby mothers to that extent, because you know that creates a lot of hassle and creates a lot of conflict. And the league is small. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody works out together. Everybody plays in summer leagues together. Some people got the same agents. Some people got the same sponsorship deals from sneaker companies. It's a very small and insulated group of people. You gotta remember, all of these people are on the average 6'7" and taller. So you use the same tailors, you use the same realtors. You go to LA, you know, the majority of NBA players live out in Los Angeles in the off season. So Derek Fisher was in violation for messing with Matt Barnes, his ex-wife. And he is in violation for a number of reasons. Number one, you're the head coach of an of an NBA franchise, the New York Knicks. It's a high visibility job, and you're not winning. But you decide you want to screw around with one of your ex-teammates' ex-wife. So when that comes out, your credibility in the locker room is already shot. Because anything you say about working together, being a stand-up man, being an individual who has someone else's back, none of that shit is going to register with your teammates, with the guys you coach, because they're going to look at you like, yo, what the fuck is you talking about? You fucking your ex-teammates' ex-wife. Who are you to tell me anything about integrity? That's the first problem. The second problem is he signed like a $25 million deal. I think it was like $25 million over 5 years. This has nothing to do with me counting his money, but listen to what I said. $25 million over 5 years. You're a millionaire. You're the head coach of the New York Knicks. And you're in New York City. Are you that much of a simp or a sucker? You can't find no woman worth your time in New York City that you have to go and deal with a woman all the way across the country because of whatever. That's your second problem. Your third problem is this. You didn't have a discussion with that man. You didn't let that man know that, yo, me and Shorty got feelings, we feeling each other. We started something, and I'm stepping to you like a man and letting you know this before you have to hear about it secondhand. That's a problem. Your fourth problem is How do you think Matt Barnes is going to react when he finds out? And he did find out how Matt Barnes is going to react, because when Matt Barnes found out, he didn't hear about it from Derek Fisher. He didn't hear about it from his ex-wife. His sons called him, Daddy, you know, Mommy got this strange motherfucker up in the house. What does Matt Barnes do? He drives 100 miles away. This happened all in California, by the way. He drives 100 miles and he proceeds to, you know, throw hands with Derek Fisher. What the mainstream media wants the narrative to be is that, oh, Matt Barnes is a hothead. Oh, you know, he's jealous. Oh, he doesn't like the fact that his wife moved on. And you have to be careful who you listen to when people give you their narrative of shit. It didn't have anything to do with his ex-wife. It had something to do directly with yo, how the fuck you go and get with my wife and you around my sons? And I know you. No, nigga, I know you. We kicked it together. We went on double dates. My wife, your wife, and me and you. It don't have nothing to do with my wife. As a matter of respect, as a matter of men, the least you couldn't do is come and have a conversation with me? Or even pick up the fucking phone? What type of nigga is you? Forgive my broken English, but, you know. So, Matt Barnes and Derek Fisher, they throw the hands, have a fight, and he's suspended 2 games. Derek Fisher is subsequently fired from the Knicks because they have a losing record and Knicks suck, and that's just another reason on top of a myriad of other reasons, you know, because he was set up from the beginning, but that's a whole other story. So he's fired. He keeps his relationship with Gloria Govan, and lo and behold, a couple months later, he proposes to Gloria Govan. This is Derek Fisher I'm talking about. You know, Matt Barnes doesn't get back with her. So on top of everything else that's going on, you decide to marry her. Fine, that's your prerogative. Do what you want. Matt Barnes subsequently came out and said, hey, me and Derek Fisher didn't talk. I understand that him and my ex-wife have a relationship. I wished him nothing but the best. And I genuinely believe that he does wish them the best. Because after a while, you see that, okay, obviously the two of them, in spite of all the red flags in both of their previous relationships, they decided, we're going to battle against convention in our previous relationships, and we're going to get married. So Matt Barnes has accepted the situation and he's moved on. Here's what my problem is. Not with those individuals personally, because I could give a shit what a couple of millionaires are fighting over. But there's this culture of let me get with your girl. Let me take your girl. And it's like, yo, but you can't pull up on nothing of your own. I'm just going to keep recycling and going through the same group of females over and over again. And you see a number of dudes that do it, especially dudes with money, and I'm just like, do you have any game at all? What type of dude are you? If anything, hasn't Derek Jeter given you especially you dudes with money, the blueprint? And this is not me worshiping at the altar of Derek Jeter or anything like this. You know, I'm a Yankees fan, 27 championships, but that's a different story. Derek Jeter, number one, he didn't get married while he was in that professional life. Number two, all Derek Fisher did was date. You can see another example of that is Leonardo DiCaprio. Now, I've never heard about Leonardo DiCaprio dating somebody else's ex. I got money, I got status. Yo, I'm Leonardo DiCaprio. You're pretty, I'd like to get to know you. Would you like to get to know me? Yes or no? George Clooney did the same thing. I say this because in this society, and especially with certain men, it's like, yo, every time I look up, you're dating somebody that's been with one of your contemporaries. And for everybody out here who says, well, everybody you dated has been with somebody else. Yeah, that's true. But when you have money, when you have means, when you're famous, you have options that the 99% of the public doesn't have. You have the ability to go out there and say, hey, she's pretty. Seems like a nice person. Walk up to her. Excuse me. Yo, if nobody would be offended, I'd like to get to know you better. If somebody would be offended, I apologize for bothering you. You don't never have to worry about this happening again. Good luck. Peace. I mean, what happened to having your own standard or pulling up on one of these females out here that don't have no dude, or just pulling up on a female that you ain't seen on somebody else's arm? I'm from New York. I've been to LA twice. I don't know how, if you got money, you out in LA and you dealing with anybody who's messed with somebody famous. In LA, I mean, it's every shape, every color, every size, anything you can imagine is out there if you want it. So you're either choosing to be a simp and deal with some complications and something that somebody else had, or you create your own lane. And I know people are going to say, oh, I'll give you another example, and this is what I was going to say about people. Floyd Mayweather. You can say what you want about Floyd, but I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret. The majority of that shit that Floyd does is an act. He's a genuinely nice person and a giving person, because you can see how he treats people around him and how he interacts with people and how he's super generous to a lot of people. Oh, well, he hits on women. That's not what this discussion is about. One day I will go into that whole story, but I'm not going to do that today. Getting back to Floyd and women, though. What you don't see Floyd do is mess with a woman that somebody else has been with. These women may have had other relationships, but you can be for damn sure that it ain't gonna be somebody famous. That's why when Floyd and T.I. got into it, Floyd was probably looking at T.I. like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? Are you crazy or something? Number one, y'all are married. Number two, this chick got 4 or 5 fucking kids by you. And 3, we're just cool. I have 5 fucking women in my house. Why in the hell would I want your woman? And he's been approached by T.I. numerous times over this shit. And he's probably like, yo, get the fuck out my face, man. Like, there's something mentally wrong with you. And that's how I would have looked at T.I. But see, these assholes on TV and these little blogs and all of this other bullshit, they're not going to say that shit. Because, see, certain people can do no wrong in people's eyes. Certain people have this platinum card that, like, just whatever they say is gold. And this isn't me hating on T.I. or having anything bad to say about T.I. I just always like to qualify, and I always say that shit because I don't want to get the message convoluted. The only point that I'm making is, T.I., you worried about somebody getting with your woman, nigga, everybody knows how you and Tiny feel about each other. Nobody is coming between or breaking up that bond. Regardless of whatever shit y'all got going on in your marriage, any real dude or dude with some real money isn't coming in between that bond of yours. So that whole shit with him and Floyd just was some bullshit. But I didn't mean to go off on a tangent. Let me get back to the point that I'm making. As far as Floyd is concerned. Floyd Mayweather was dating a woman named Miss Jackson. They broke up. 6 weeks later, she's with Nelly, the rapper Nelly. Now, most people will say, and most dudes will tell you, oh shit, I would have got with Miss Jackson too. Beautiful, beautiful woman. But here's my point. You're Nelly. I think you own a part of a basketball team besides having millions of fucking dollars, and you're still able to tour and do all of that shit. You're not hurting for money. You know, I can say it and be secure. You know, handsome man, you know, keep his body together. He's physically fit. You know, he seems, you know, intelligent when he talks, and he seems like all around stand-up dude. And I understand, beautiful woman. But at the same time, my nigga, she was just with Floyd 6 or 7 fucking weeks ago. 3 or 4 months ago, she was still at the fight with Floyd, nigga. Now, let's not forget, nigga, you was with Ashanti for 6 or 7 years, or maybe even longer than that. Ashanti ain't exactly no everyday chick. Ashanti got her own money. She's talented. She's beautiful. Got a nice body, and she seemed like she chill. You was with her for all those years, so obviously she was doing something right. But you go and get with Floyd Mayweather's ex-fiance. Sure, you got every right to do that. Sure, they wasn't married. Sure, they wasn't had kids. But don't act like you don't know that she wasn't just with this nigga a few months ago. Don't act like you don't know that seed was planted a while ago. And it was her fucking exit strategy. You were her exit strategy. This isn't me taking a shot at anybody, whatever, but fuck, the truth is the truth, man. What am I supposed to say? Not offer my opinion or anything? Hell, while we on the subject, let's not forget about Mr. fucking Champagne Poppy, Drake. Same situation, talented dude, money, fame. I get it. Rihanna and Chris Brown have broke up. Rihanna is giving you some flavor. But at the same time, same consideration goes. You got all that money. You live in fucking Toronto. I've been in Toronto before too. Plenty of pretty women up in Toronto. And you decide to get with Rihanna. After all that shit her and Chris Brown went through, you want to deal with that. It's just a simple question. Do dudes have any standards or any moral ground to stand on any longer? Where do you decide, no, I'm drawing a fucking line in the sand, and I'm not dealing with somebody else's previous headache? Because guess what happened? You scratched that itch Rihanna had, then she's fucking done with you. And guess what? She may have gotten that same itch scratched by A$AP Rocky and Travis Scott. Again, this isn't me taking no shot at Rihanna, but shit, the shit is what it is. Maybe she did mess with all them dudes, maybe she didn't. Then you mess with Serena Williams, who messed with Common. And then all of these strippers. Then I don't know if you're trying to be funny or if you really did, have some type of sexual relationship with her. But you fly another one of Chris Brown's ex, Karrueche Tran, up to Toronto. Is there a point when you as a dude decide to have some self-respect and be like, no, fuck all of this, I'm pulling up on something that I ain't seen nobody with? I'll give you an example and the opposite. Somebody in the same vein as Derek Jeter. Fucking Nick Cannon. Now, people say Nick Cannon is a sucker, he is simp, and all of this from Mary Mariah, and da-da-da-da-da-da. But let's look at Nick Cannon history. Christina Milian. Before Nick Cannon, I knew who Christina Milian was. Never heard of her messing with nobody, and she didn't have no kids. And Kim Kardashian, before she was famous, before she had any kids, never heard of her. Nicole Scherzinger from the Pussycat Dolls. Yeah, she walking around out here in LA. He saw her. Yeah, I'm pulling up on her. What am I supposed to do? And here, I'm going to just stop it at Mariah Carey. What does Nick Cannon do? He put his bid in with Mariah Carey. He married her. And they had twins. They was together for 6 years. It didn't work out. But here's what I haven't never seen from Nick Cannon. I never heard about Nick Cannon messing with nobody, any of his contemporaries' exes. Now, there was a rumor that he was trying to pull up on Nicole Murphy. But this is what I say about that. Nicole Murphy, motherfucking 50 years old, and looks incredible. That's number one. Number two, all her fucking kids are grown, and her and Eddie Murphy ain't been together for 10 or 12 years. That's number two. Number three, besides Michael Strahan, you ain't heard about Nicole Murphy being out here in these streets. Number four, hell, Nicole Murphy was to give me some flavor. I'm hollering at her. Yeah, of course, that's what you're supposed to do. But you see the difference. She isn't out here. She hasn't been linked to a bunch of dudes. She was engaged to Michael Strahan. All her kids are grown. This woman is 50 years old. So if she giving Nick Cannon some flavor, it's because she wants to. And for everybody who says, well, she's his arm candy or his side piece, or he's just a side nigga, da-da-da-da-da-da. Since I just asked everybody a question. since Nicole Murphy and Michael Strahan broke up, who has she been linked to? Nobody. When she broke up with Eddie Murphy and before she got linked up with Michael Strahan, who did you hear about her messing with? Nobody. So since her breakup, she's only been in one other relationship. You see what the difference is? And like I said, the whole purpose of this discussion isn't really to talk shit about these women or call them out their names or call them all types of sluts and all of this. This is really talking about how men act, how men conduct themselves, and basically men settling. If you got money, means, and opportunity, that should apply across every part of your life. In real talk, when you don't have money, it should apply also. Now let me qualify this as saying, have I been somebody's side nigga before? Yes. And see, the thing that most dudes get conflicted about is, yeah, it's cool to, yeah, let me just knock down shorty. But see, like that old BB King song, The Thriller's Gone. After you done got that pussy in, and see, I don't care who you are, once you start sleeping with people, you start developing feelings for them. What happens to the guy that's a side dude when you start thinking about, so you're standing up here telling your boyfriend you love him and you're with him, you're probably most assuredly still having sex with him, but you're getting smutted out with some strangers somewhere else. Not only does that show a lack of respect for yourself and whoever you're with, the side nigga don't have any respect for himself for you, because any real dude is going to be like, no, fuck that, I'm not going to be no second option. It's either me or, go back to fuck to where you are, man. Why in the hell should I be your second option or your side nigga? In what world does that make any sense? And of course I did that side nigga shit when I was a lot younger. And I didn't know any better. Because see, my thing was, my whole attitude was new day, new hunt. Fuck them all and let God sort out the rest. And seeing what happens when you get into a mind state like that. All that's on your mind is pussy. When all that's on your mind is pussy, you start to compromise on standards. You start to compromise on the other person's morals. And you start to look past certain character failings. And then you wonder why you're in a fucked up relationship with somebody that ain't worth a shit. Or the relationship is fucked up from the start because deep down, you know, you can't really trust this person. You might, oh yeah, I'm a G, I took her from this dude and this dude, or, you know, or you on that pimp shit, oh well, she chose me. You can't tell me that fucking doubt doesn't creep in somewhere like, yo, this bitch ain't shit. And see, here's the thing. Like I said, most people, they want what they want when they want. And, you know, consequences can go to hell. I'm just trying to get it in. Women, oh yeah, he's handsome, he looks good. You know, oh, he popping, he got money, But, you know, just for the women out there, what does that say about a man that accepts being your side nigga? That means he thinks he don't really have no value to himself. Number one, and number two, he's using you for pussy. And while most people might be like, oh, this is too graphic, or you just talking shit, or you're hating on women. No, it's not about hating on anybody. But at the same time, you know, shit, the truth is the truth, man. If you a side nigga or the mistress or whatever, you're the second option. You're the fun time when oh, I ain't talking to my wife, I don't want to deal with my wife, or whatever the case may be. Now, I know most people will say, oh, you can't, everybody's relationship is different. You know, there's extenuating circumstances. Oh, you can't put that situation with this situation. But it's simple to me. You know, it's like the old Nas, saying goes, I don't got no game, it's just some bitches understand my story. Either you understand my story and you want to be here and be with me and be devoted to me, or, you accept me with all my bullshit and you accept being on the side. If you're a man, I shouldn't have to take you from no other man. You either want him or me. Pick. If you want him, then go be with him. But there's no way on God's green earth I'm about to sit here and be somebody's second option. There's no way I'm about to sit here and be, oh, you fuck with such and such, so that means I can fuck with you now. Nah, it don't work that way. You can either be a stand-up dude or you can be a fuck nigga. That's all it really comes down to. If you decide to be a fuck nigga and be somebody's side piece, or, oh yeah, you're fun to be around and to do stuff with, but I don't really know if I'm gonna, this, and this. No, it ain't my job to convince you to be with me. And all you men out there, you be careful of these women with all of these with multiple relationships and dude after dude after dude. Because see, this is a thing that nobody ever talks about. Okay, you done been in all of these damn relationships. What's the common denominator? You're the common denominator. These dudes, you keep going from relationship to relationship to relationship. This just don't apply to women. This applies to men too. Oh man, you done been in, last 12 years, you done had 7 relationships. Yo, what's the common denominator? You. So that's my post on simp, side nigga, and sucker relationship goals. If you like the post, comment. Don't forget to subscribe. If you don't, then don't like it. Either way, comment. I do answer comments. And if you're a hater, keep it moving. Peace. I'm out.